Hey, alrighty. I'll try and keep it short, which it's simple, but I want to make sure everything's explained. Alright, so I've got to put bands on this frame, so I'll show you how to do that. So these are the bands that I just got off eBay, cheap. Pouches are good, bands are good, and they come in different strengths. You can see that this white one here, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. See how the white one is just a little bit shorter? It's because I've already sized the bands. To size the band, you want to pinch the pouch, pretending that there's something in it. And when you stick your thumb down there, and you want to pinch it, and you want to pull it back. Hang on. Let me just kind of squat a little bit. So you want to pinch it, pull it back, and you want to rest it on your cheek. And you don't want it to go too past, and you don't want it to stop before. You want it to sit it on your cheek. That way, like, I know that my knuckle sits right there on my cheek. I hope you can see that. I hope I'm not out of frame. So I know my knuckle sits there, right? So when you pull, that is comfortable. I'm not pulling too far back. I'm not pulling too far forward. So really, that needs to be a bit shorter. So that's as far as it pulls. It's just past it. So that's good. Alright? So what you want to do is then just mark it. Just a little bit of pen will do. Just put a little mark there. And then, depending on the thickness of the bands, this is going to be something you learn. So you can see the white one, see the mark there? That is where it's supposed to be. And this extra is the bit that you roll up. Right? So move this yellow one out the way. Then you want to lay the pouch down, and I'm not sure if there's any specific way, but you can see the little nubbly bits from where it's tied. Those are probably best on the outside, just for release. What you want to do is you want to lay the bands like they are, and you can see, I'll flatten that bit out, you can see how they come up to a ridge. So if I lay them on top of each other, see how it creates a V? So it goes down and then comes back up. That's what you want. V is very good. A, see how it goes up into a peak? A, absolutely not. V, very good, right? So what you want to do is sit the bands like that. Get your frame. Now, these don't really matter which side you shoot from. I suppose if you've got a special lanyard on here, it'll matter. Some slingshots, like the early Viper, had a specific lanyard off to one side, which sat up higher. But I got rid of that, so this is now completely universal. Left-hand, right-handed, right? So you want to make sure that when you tie it, it's the bit that's facing towards the target is facing up. So I hold it like that, and then I'm going to put it down like that, right, facing up. What we want to do is then roll that up into a little sausage. I'll try and not release it, but see, like that. So that is just a little bit bigger than 3mm. Okay, because the hole in here is 3mm. Sorry, the hole is 3mm, and the slot is 1.5mm. Right. So what you want to do is you want to roll it up till it's about 3mm in size. Let's try it again. You want a nice tight roll, and you can see the little mark is just above that, so that when that's sitting in there, that little mark will then sit in line with the top of the fork. Right. All you want to do is just give it a stretch. Start with one corner, and then bring it around the other corner, and then give it a push, and hear that click? I mean, it's in. Then you want to give it a tug. No, that was a fail. Right, let's try that again. Again, so just before that mark, one end in, and then the other end in, and you'll hear a good click. There you go. Right, so it's clicked, you can see it sticking out one side. All you want to do is just grab at the base here, and just give it a pull, and kind of wiggle it down. Pull and wiggle it down. You can see now it's a little bit too far that way. You just want to kind of wiggle it side to side until the bands are roughly sitting in the middle. See? There we go. So just double check, it's coming up, see it's creating that V you want. There you go. Alright, that didn't go in too straight. Now if you want to remove the band, swap them to another frame or whatever, all you got to do is little tabs, if they're sticking out you can grab on them, if not you grab on the band, and all you do is you just wiggle it sideways until it pops out. Don't pull it that way, just push it sideways. So let's try that again. I'm going great, I'm doing this fancy tutorial and everything and I bugger it up, but you should know by now, I don't care. I am me, and I will always be me, and I make mistakes. Hear a click, come on. That didn't click, but yeah, it's all the way in. See, I rolled up a little bit more than I needed on that one, just so I can show you the little numbly bits. If they're on there, it's good because you can then use them to help center the band more. Also, when you want to remove them, you can just pull on that sideways and the whole band will come off. Alright, there is a lovely slingshot with the viper's nest. You pinch it. I like to pinch just in here and in here, so that when I hold it out, it's sitting nice and straight. That way when I hold it up eye level, let me just do a squat again. So when I hold it up eye level, I'm looking straight down the bands. I hope you can see that. Straight down the bands. That way I can use that to aim. You look straight down the band, then you aim at your target. Alright, hope I was in frame for most of it. Probably wasn't, but another thing is test is aim to the ground, kind of look away because you don't want a band coming back at you, which always wear safety glasses when you're learning because they may bounce back at you, bands might break, etc. So yeah, just give it a good stretch, just looking up away from it in case the band comes loose. Check, make sure it still looks good. I think I'm going to have to redo this one, it doesn't look too nicely. This one's great. And then yeah, go have some fun. Cheers.